Hello, and welcome to the Tuesday Tell All. My name is Bobby Fazio. I'm joined by my good friend and co-host here, Walt Walker.
What's up, Bobby? How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing, buddy?
Let's go. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. We got a great episode tonight. We got Justin Lamb, six-time world champion now, the 2025 Superstock champion, who won, when he needed to most, we'll say, and got a 2-point victory there to secure world championship number 6. Thanks for tuning in. What's today's date? November 18th. All right, midway through November. Walt, this year is just flying by, and getting cold where I'm at. Probably not where Walt is though.
No, in the mid 80s or low 80s today, it's not good. Not good at all. Not good at all.
Oh my goodness!
I'm ready for some
Spoiled,
cool weather.
spoiled rotten. I gotta say.
Yeah.
All right, as we all anxiously await tomorrow, for anybody that pays attention to anything that's going on, the whole world's pretty much dependent on Nvidia's stock earnings tomorrow. So everybody say a prayer and let's hope that we keep moving onward, upward, and in the green. And let's get going here with some drag race super stock racing talk. We got comments flying in. There's Bruce Folper. Trade a race car for a heated garage. Sounds good. Heated garage, you don't need them in California.
No.
Danny Davis.
My guy Danny. We working to get Danny out there with us next year.
Let's get Danny out there with it. Danny, you going to PRI this year? Let us know. Happy Tuesday, Danny.
Are we going to PRI? I don't even know if we're going to PRI.
I don't know if we're going to PRI this year either. It just seems like a weird year. And to be honest with you, I've been staying in some pretty cool spot the last 5 years or so, and for some reason this year it's just the price has like almost tripled. So I don't know if I'm gonna swing it this year. And the flights, man, the flights aren't like, they're not really like where they used to be either. What's up, Ray? How you doing, buddy?
Ray.
There he is. Even when he's co-hosting, he still gets his message in there. Let's go. Happy Tuesday.
I'm everywhere.
He's everywhere. Hey, Jim and Jerry Emmons. All right.
My man jamming.
See that? We got famous people in the audience today. I love it. What's up, Jerry Emmons? Looking forward to this. Terry Emmons. There he is. Hi, fellas.
Tough Terry.
Tough Terry and Jim and Jerry.
Yep.
Who else we got? Danny Davis will be there. All right.
Yep.
Danny Davis. Doug Coor. Well, good evening, Doug. How you doing?
What's up, Doug? Unfortunately, they canceled our race down there in Belrose. Well, postponed it at least, our National Open.
Yeah, it just seems
I think that's one that Doug goes to pretty religiously.
The theme of the week, right? Walt, just canceling races due to weather. What is going on out there?
Yep. Who else we got in there? I know that's not it.
Terry Nolan, what's up? How you doing, Terry?
Oh, my man, Terry. That's my buddy.
You guys had to race each other at Belrose last time you were there, didn't you?
Yeah, it was. Yep, we did. It was in class. He would have kicked my butt in the eliminator. I saw that when he was kicking everybody's butt on Division 3.
Yeah, that was some. He was putting on a clinic that weekend. It's close, close to fly. What are you, nuts? Pick me up on the way, right? I'll ride with you. 4 hours is my unless I'm towing a trailer and going to a race. But if the place is more than 4 hours away, I look for a flight. I think that's my cutoff. Doug Coor, what's up? Bummer for sure. The Cajun Classic, which included, I think it said 15,000 to win the Hemi shootout that they call it.
Yep, it's the Hemi shootout, and they had a sponsor that made everybody's entry free. So if you had a Hemi car and you was running a Hemi shootout, entry was free. So it was one of them deals. You raced for $10,000 or $15,000, and I know last year they gave away a toolbox. It was all kind of bells and whistles to go along with that, and free entry. So
that's Benny Kimberly usually sets that all up, right?
Yep, Billy
Good
Kimberly.
for him. Yep. What's up, Jamie Shonley? Jamie was there. Jamie's got the wheel standing brown Maverick. You got to know that car, Walt.
Yes,
from up in Division 1.
Yeah.
Glenn Briglio. What's up, Glenn? How you doing?
I know that car too.
Ray
It's
Thurston
super fast.
flies if it's less if it's 12 hours or more. Billy Carroll, the face of Edelbrock, I'm going to say.
Yep.
He really broke my heart recently. He's not with Edelbrock anymore, but he's on to some bigger and better things. So hope to see Billy Carroll pretty soon.
Hi, Billy.
Modernracing.net.
Oh yeah, Billy, we need to talk.
Modernracing.net, guys, if you are in
Yep.
the market for parts, ordering parts, and they've got a clearance section, which is one of my favorite words of my life. You know, when I see that sign, I click on it right away.
Yep.
So Shane Swayze's in the house. What's going on? Justin Lamb actually is just coming in. He's gonna join us now,
Hey,
so we're
Everett.
gonna just get rolling, man. Let's get going here. What's up, Everett Vassar? Let's bring on Justin Lamb. Talk to the champion. See if he's here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Justin, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, hear you perfectly. Good
Cool.
deal, Justin. Shortest wait times in the business. As soon as you get here, we get you on.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Yep. How's it going tonight? I know you're a busy guy, and we appreciate you coming on. I know you got some commitments after this and things to that effect. So I'm glad we can get you on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having me. We just, I do the This is Bracket Racing Elite thing with Luke, and Tuesday night is our live chat night. So at 6 o'clock my time, in like 45 minutes, we have that with our members. So as long as we're done by then, we'll be good to go. But just don't want to leave them hanging.
No, you're good to go.
Absolutely.
Good to go. We'll get you in and out.
In and out. So,
well, go ahead, Bobby.
No,
I didn't know if you. I know Justin and I have talked over the years, but I didn't know if you've met Bobby before or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
whatnot. So didn't know if y'all had talked. So I was just gonna say this is Bobby Fazio.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We're great friends. We talk every once in a while.
Absolutely. Yeah, we good for like a phone call a couple times a year.
Yep.
Good deal. Good deal.
All right, Walt, go ahead. You started off.
You want me to start it off?
And
Justin, let's talk about this year you had, and you did a lot of travel. Well, you did a fair amount of traveling. I saw you snuck on down to Division 4 and snuck in and out real quick, and did some stuff in Seattle and stuff like that. Was that all? I mean, I'm assuming the Dallas deal, but was championship in mind when you went to Seattle?
It was. So to be honest with you, I'm to a point in life where my kids are getting older. Like my son, he turns 12 here in a couple of weeks, but he's almost 12. My daughter's 8. She's heavily into dance. My son really loves soccer. Neither one of them care for racing at all, believe it or not.
Really?
my son is a junior dragster, and he can just take
I thought
it
I saw
and
junior.
like it just doesn't. It's not for him, right? And so so that being said, it's just hard. Like I don't want my wife to be a single mom, more or less, and I feel like half the year she is. And the way our West Coast schedule works, it's really heavy in the spring and really heavy in the fall, right? Like we race a ton from like March and April. You know, February, March, April. We'll race like 8 out of 10 or 11 weeks or something like that, right? And then same in the fall. It's like October, November is just like 2 months straight. Well, ironically, that's when soccer season is, spring and fall soccer. That's also when dance season is and whatever. So I kind of went in with the year like, I'm going to just race national events. Like to me, that's what I really enjoy. It's what I would like to win. Like the people that I look up to and kind of like hope that I know I never will, but like someone like Dan Fletcher, right? He's won like 100 and something national events. Like I would like at some point to like, I don't know, like I'm never gonna get that far, but maybe I get to 50 or something, right? So like in my mind, like let me go try to race some national events, and I'm gonna give it my all at those national events, and just have fun with that, right? And that was kind of like my goal. And then I could be home and with the kids more, help my wife Janine out a little bit more, so she's not doing it all on her own and things like that. Well, then I ended up with like quite a few points nationally. And I ran the local divisional. The only divisional I think I had ran up to that point was the Vegas Spring Double, which I was lucky enough to win in Superstock. So it was like I had a 1-win divisionally out of 2 events. I had like a win and 2 runner-ups nationally or something like that. And I was like, well, man, I should at least give this some kind of try. But I've got work, I've got kids, I got all this other stuff. So I kind of just was like, let me borrow some cars and see what happens. And so when I mentioned to my friend Jeff Devy that if I did well, I would have a little bit of a chance in points. Like, he didn't even hesitate. He's like, dude, I'll just send my car to Seattle with our mutual friend Dan and just go drive it. And so, but the idea there is like, I know you guys aren't like West Coasters, but like for me to Seattle is like 11 or 1200 miles one way.
Oh yeah.
And so
it makes it so much easier to fly and drive. Yeah.
Right. Like, I'd have to leave like 2 days early and then take 2 days to get home. Right. So it cut like, it was like 4 more days at home by being able to fly in instead of driving.
Right.
And so then I happened to do okay at that Seattle race, the one of them. And then I went to Bakersfield, and to be honest with you, didn't do worth the crap. And then my buddy Chris Dodd was like, hey, I looked at the points and you still have a chance. I'm like, nah, dude, I don't give a shit. I'm over it. Like, I didn't do well in Bakersfield. It is what it is. And he's like, no, I really think you should come. And so I'm thankful he talked me into it, because I didn't do that well in Dallas, but every point mattered at the end. I only won by a couple points. And
you claimed that race. What did you get? A 62 at that race, didn't you?
I don't remember, but something along those lines. And it helped for sure, right? Like, I don't win if I didn't go there. And so I was very thankful. He gave me the opportunity to drive his car, him and his father, Sean, and it really helped. And but yeah, I didn't intend on racing for points whatsoever. I really didn't. I just man, I guess I just don't. I want to make sure I'm a good father, at least try to be. And I think to do that, I need to be home a little more often and try to be more involved with them. And which means if I have to pick something to cut out, I feel like the divisional is what I would rather miss if I had to, you know. So that was kind of my intention of the season, and then this happened. So
yeah, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act for sure.
Yeah, I respect that. I commend that. And these are years that you're never going to get back with your kids. So prioritize that for sure. And I mean, you live in Vegas. That's pretty good, because what's that? 2 national events and 3 divisionals right there. And I mean, how far away from that track do you live? Like 20 minutes?
Yeah, I'm like a half hour away. Yep. And we lost the spring national next year, so we have one less national. But and there's good and bad to that, man. I got to tell you, like, a lot of people think like, oh man, it's like great, you have like 5 races in Vegas, but I don't love it. Like, there used to be more of an advantage, because Vegas, I mean, I think you all have both been here for sure, but it's always windy and crazy. It'll be 80 one day and 50 the next, and like, it's crazy weather and whatever, and understanding the wind is very challenging. Well, now I feel like when you race like half your season in Vegas every year for the last 5 or 6 years, like, everybody knows how to race Vegas now. Like, that advantage is gone. Like, it used to be like I might be able to have a, you know, upper hand a little bit, but I don't think that's the case anymore. And for me personally, I don't know, like part of this, like the chasing NHRA points, is traveling, is going to new places, different places, you know, race altitude in Vegas one week, really good air, Sonoma, sea level the next week. And then maybe, like, now we don't even have a track, we'd go to like Salt Lake City after that, which is like almost going to Denver, right? We had this big, broad, like, spectrum, and it was very challenging. And I enjoyed that. Like, I kind of, I guess maybe I should be thankful that there's a lot of racing real close here. Like, there was 5 events here, but man, I'd rather travel a little more and have the challenge of having to race in different environments. You know, I like that a little better. So
now, you speaking of those challenges, and I got some notes from Austin Williams here, and out west, like you said, all the different ups and downs and everything, and looks like since 2008, 17 of the 18 D7 Superstock champions have been
Bobby,
super modified.
Can you hear him, or is my internet messed up?
No,
Cobalts.
it's you're coming in and out there, Walt. But it came through on a little delay.
Am I here?
So from what Justin, can you still hear me, by the way?
Okay, am I back now?
I couldn't hear what Walt said. Yeah.
So, Walt, you were saying since 2008.
Okay, we're all back. We're all back. So
18. Yeah, go ahead.
Since 2008, 17 of the 18 division champions were 9 Jimmy DeFrank, 4 Ryan McClanahan, and now 4 you. And they've all been, well, I guess exception to this one, have been modified cars or modified Cobalts, and then you just won. So that chase or that modified perception. You think that helps a lot with racing in all the different environments?
I don't know. I mean, I love my modified car. But I guess I'm not going to speak about me at all, but like I'll just tell you this: you put Jimmy DeFrank in a GT car, and same thing with Ryan McClanahan, they're going to win in a GT car, a regular superstock car, or a modified car. Like those two are so good. It just so happens that that's what we have as modified cobalts. But like I don't know, like I don't know
if that makes as big of a deal as
yeah. I mean, because especially these days, man, like it used to be, like me, like at sea level, I go like 860s. I used to chase everyone. I get chased quite a bit. Like I was laughing the national event in Vegas in the spring. I lost in the final. I think the last 4 rounds, I was going like, I guess in Vegas, like let's say 870s roughly, and I got chased the last 4 rounds.
Yeah.
So like things are different, right? I mean, I remember like Jason DeForest, for example. Like I love his car. I don't know. Can I say badass on here? Like you guys watch that thing do wheelies and stuff. Like it's awesome. But it's a flat hood Cavalier going like 880s with like no hood scooping your way. You can see everything. Like it's freaking awesome. So I don't know. Like there's so many other good combinations. And now I don't think like I would say like chasing's an advantage for sure. But like I don't know that the chasing's as big of a deal now because everybody's stuff is faster. And I guess, I don't know, maybe I can only win in a modified car, but I guarantee you, Jimmy and Ryan, they can win in anything. So I don't think it just so happens they have I mean, let's be honest, like Jimmy's first several championships was in like a 3rd gen Camaro, I believe, right?
Correct. Yeah. Definitely that. And we're just going back to 2008, you know,
right.
with this particular stat. It's been a run since then. And the other person is Robert Cruzen, and I mean he has a pretty fast GT car, you know, low 9-second GT car. So it's just a lot of chasing, and I just thought that was an interesting thing.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting, and I will say that like I think my Camaro that I just won with is the best race car I've ever had from like repeatability. Like it's really good, which I never thought I would say. Like I would have always thought my Cobalt was like better. But I think this car is actually better from a repeatability standpoint than even my Cobalt. I think the suspension a little better like now. I mean, it took me a while, but we got it there and it's really good now. But I still think like the ultimate race car is a Cobalt. Like you can see out of them. Like this thing, man, when you do get chased, it is awful, like horrible. And so, but like the Cobalt, man, you can see out of it. They're small, they're aerodynamic. I mean, the wind in this is like double the wind in my Cobalt. You get a 10-mile-an-hour headwind, it's literally worth twice as much in this car as is in my Cobalt. But so I like this is an awesome race car, and it bailed me out a lot this year because I didn't drive as well as I should at many of the events I participated in. But the car bailed me out more times than not, and it's a great race car. But the Cobalt is like the ultimate, in my opinion.
Here's the Cobalt.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a really good race car. Like, they're easy to work on. They're easy to see out of. They're great in the wind. They're fast. Like, I mean, I took the drivetrain right out of my Cobalt and put in this Camaro and it slowed down to 10th just because the car's so much bigger. I mean, yeah.
All right. Well, I was going to ask why do you run modified with this car as opposed to the traditional factory super stock combination that you would run in like your stocker or something?
Well, so when we originally built this car, I was running a supercharged combination, like the Magnuson blower supercharged deal. And to be quite honest with you guys, I wasn't smart enough to figure it out. Like I thought it was going to be like the best thing ever, right? Like I run like my bracket car has a blower, like it's got a blown big block on alcohol, and obviously you can't run alcohol in this, but you run gas. But I'm like, that thing with a blower is incredible. Like it just repeats and repeats and repeats. I'm like, well, I did the same thing in super stock, and going back to the chasing thing, I'll go like 820 at 170 if I want. Like I can do whatever I want. And honestly, I just wasn't smart enough to make it work. I beat my head against the wall for 3 years with that thing, and I could not get it to. I mean, I had a couple races here and there. I'd make 3 or 4 good runs, and then on run 5, I'd go 5 over and not know why, or it'd miss, all the way through low gear for like no reason, and I don't know why. And other people don't have that problem. I just could never figure it out. And so, but at this point, we had like this back half car. The suspension was awesome. It's a really, really cool car, really nice car. Larry Stone is the gentleman that owns it. He's a gentleman who owns Stone Chevrolet, And he kind of gave me like carte blanche, like build like make it the best race car you can, you know? And I really felt like everything else was good. So then I looked, I'm like, well, screw this blower thing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll go to something else. And I looked at doing like the Copo stuff and whatever. And man,
Y'all had one of those, didn't you?
Yeah, I still do. My stalker is it's a Copo.
The Carbo with the Copo motor in it.
We did, yeah. Phil Under and I had one, yep. And man, I love a carburetor, especially a Holly carburetor. I don't know about a Quadrajet or none of that stuff, but like, you give me a Holly and an MSD box, and like I can at least be competitive pretty quick, you know. Like, and I'm not bad with EFI. It's just, man, it's just sometimes it throws you for loops. And carburetors are really smart, and MSDs are really simple. And I was just like, I was so frustrated with this blower deal that I could never figure out, that I was just like, you know what, I got to do something that like I know like the back of my hand. And I ran the modified combo for so long. I just know it. I know exactly what converter I needed, gear ratio, tire, all the stuff. So it was simple, you know.
You miss the old cars? You miss that 70 Camaro at all?
Yeah, I love that car.
I mean, I'm all about the classics. That's what the hashtag the car show and everything. See this? Yeah. I love this yellow car right here. I know you know this car pretty well.
Yeah. That's my cousin Trey's car. Yep, I help him quite a bit with that thing. That car's changed. He bought it as a turnkey race car, but it was it didn't work like it does now. When we first got it, we had to make some pretty wholesale changes, but now it's working really good. That thing repeats great, man. We're really kind of shocked because like I don't know nothing about a Quadrajet, and I told him, I said, I'll figure out the suspension, you figure out the carburetor, because I don't even want to learn, you know, like. And but man, he's got the carburetor right, and yeah, that thing. First of all, I don't know if y'all paid attention, but Trey is freaking awesome driver himself, and he hit the tree awesome, and his car's pretty good, and he's already had a lot of success in that thing. It's pretty fun for me it's like gratifying for me, because like, I don't know, I feel like I have a small part in it, and it's kind of cool to see him have success. So.
Yeah, but he didn't race much this year, but he did well when he came out, seemed like.
Yeah, for sure. We can go down like a whole rabbit hole there with not racing much this year, but I got to tell you, like NHRA, the schedule on the NHRA side of things, and I don't know about everywhere else, but out west is not very conducive to having a real job. And that's the downside for Trey. And it's funny, like I feel like so many racers, and I'm guessing it's probably like the older demographic, right? Like they're retired or they're business owners or whatever. They probably love a double divisional, drive somewhere once, run 2 races, whatever. But for like I got a real job, you know, so does Trey. That's why I couldn't race very much this year. Well, when you used to have single divisionals, you had qualifying runs Friday, at least 1 more Saturday, sometimes 2 on Saturday, race Sunday, go home. Well, you didn't have to be there Friday.
Right.
So there was a lot of my career. I'd work all week, or when I was in college, go to college all week, get there Friday night, make the 1 or 2 qualifying runs Saturday, run the race. I'm home Sunday night, back to work on Monday. Well, with all these double divisionals now, you got to be there on freaking Wednesday.
Right. Yeah.
Who can do that with a real job?
Very true. It's super hard.
Yeah. This year, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the number was, if you wanted to run the Division 7 race division schedule, it was 9 days off of work to run 7 races. 10 years ago, you could race the whole 7 races and only miss 1 day of work.
Yeah.
And so I think some people like these doubles, man. I'm completely against them. I hate them. I'd love it if we got rid of all of them, me personally. And I know I'm the minority in that, but I don't know.
I was going to say, it's got its pros and cons. I mean, people, like you said, some people say, okay, it's 1 trip and you get 2. So, I mean, like us, we may have, I think in Division 4 or 6 divisionals, but we make 3 trips. So that makes it, you know, if it's spaced out enough and you can take that time off during the space, you know, the time, but when it's back to back and all of this stuff, it just, I mean, and now we have divisionals on Monday, Tuesday. So, so it's like a whole week of stuff. So it makes it hard.
It does. And that's what I think. I think the back-to-backs are what kills it. You know, and out west, we have like a limited time. It gets so hot here in the summer. So everything is spring and fall, and it's back to back to back to back. Who can miss like 5 Fridays and Thursdays and Fridays in a row? Like, who can do that with a real job, you know?
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, like, I feel like we need to get younger people in our sport, but we're really like, the schedule really limits that a lot of times, because it's just hard for people with with the real life to do it, you know.
Absolutely. But with that said, you won the Division division championship also, along with the world champion. So I mean, you made enough, even though you traveled, or like you flew into Dallas and collected that points, and flew into Seattle and collected those, and another Austin Williams stat. That makes number 8 for you. Is that right in super stock?
Austin would know better than me. Who's the stat guy? I don't know. That or my dad. I'm sure you all follow his Facebook. He's a little excited, but he probably knows exactly. Like,
Well,
he can probably
that
tell you how many rounds I won over the last 10 years. I bet. I have no idea.
that puts you behind Jimmy D's 17, and the only other person above you is your buddy Kyle Seipel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kyle was
Pretty
the man.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jimmy's stats are freaking crazy, man. 17 division championships is out of control, but
yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. But is this your first one without Kyle?
I guess I don't. It must. I don't know. Well, I mean, Kyle and I raced together for years, but like the first couple of years that I won like the comp division championship, Kyle wasn't racing with me then, and you know we raced on and off for years based on his work and what he could do.
Right.
But yeah, I man, I don't know. I know the first couple in comp I won without him, but then, you know, and then when I won, I think I won the division and the world in 18. But that's when he was like really in the thick of things and pretty sick. And but I mean, he was only a phone call away, but he wasn't there with me anymore. You know, he couldn't go as much. And but yeah, so I got to tell you, I'd rather never win another division or points or anything ever in my life if I could have him just come racing with me and have fun again. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean shit, man. I wish he was like, Kyle was the best. I don't know if you guys got to know him, but
yeah, I did, and I talked to
never
him
got to meet
through
him
his stuff, and even my wife. I don't know if y'all were in Dallas or Chicago or somewhere, and he was just talking to her on the starting line, and she was like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's super nice, and he's just talking. And I was like, yeah, that's Kyle. That's
the
Kyle.
thing with Kyle, man. It
guy.
didn't matter like if it was the first time you met him or you known him for 10 years. Like when you spoke to him, he made you feel like you were his best friend, like, and you guys have long lost friend. Like he was just a good person, man, and he was just very fun. And those years racing together, like I'll never forget. Like it was a blast. Like, and it wasn't always just like winning, whatever. I mean, we had some shitty times and whatever, but it just when doing it with him was the best. I loved it.
Yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to throw that out there. That was your guy.
Yeah.
Justin, I did. Your parents were at Maple Grove. I don't think it was this year. I think it was last year. So it was cool. They were at my pit spot, and I was talking to them for a while. But your dad did say, I mean, you work from the track. Like you'll make a qualifying run. He says sometimes you got to go in the motorhome. You're back to work. You race. You're back to work. So I guess what do you do? What's your job?
So I work for the city that I live in, for the city of Henderson, and my job title is a business analyst. It's a little bit of accounting, a little bit of project management, a little bit of everything, but that's what I do. So when I'm home, I go to the office most days, but I do have the luxury of working remote a little bit. But it's kind of a double-edged sword there because sometimes it's hard, like it's hard to be all in both. Like, and obviously they're paying my bills, like that's got to be my priority. So sometimes like I really try to like, all right, well, I get more work done by like racing and working, but I feel like then I'm really half-assing racing. And so like that was kind of, I don't know, like 2020, 21, 22, whatever. I really try to do that a lot. And I almost felt like looking back on it, like we fortunately with the government, it's pretty good. I work 410s and I get quite a bit of time off. And I feel like I should just use the time off and be all in at the races and maybe just go to less races. Right. But when I'm there, put in all the effort. Right. And so that was kind of like my theory about like, screw these divisionals. I'm going to run nationals and I'm going to give it like all the effort. I'm not going to even worry about work. I'll deal with it Monday. I have days off, right? I'll take the days off and just focus on one thing. Cause it's just very hard for me, maybe I just don't compartmentalize well, but it's hard for me to, give it 100% with both. And then that's not it. Like we have, this is Bragg Racing. I told you guys have a meeting tonight, but like, we have our customers, and, I like to be there for them and help them. And, if they have questions, they send me emails, maybe at the track, whatever. So I've got like, real work, I've got elite, I've got my racing, I've got, I don't know I know you guys are stock and super stock, how much you guys follow like Dylan Haug, but, Dylan is a kid from out west here from
Top
New York
dragster
area, but his parents allow me to like kind of more or less like manage his racing program. Like I dial him, teach him how to drive, help with his cars, whatever. So like we're at the track and like I'll make a run and then I got to dial Dylan and then go in and send a work email and come back out and make another run. It's just too much. And so I just decided like it doesn't make sense. I'm going to take the time off and I'm going to focus on racing when I'm racing, if that makes sense. So.
Yep, sounds good.
You don't strike me as the person that would want to put 20% into everything. You seem like the 100% kind of guy. So, yeah. And it pays dividends for you. So, nice work, man. I do enjoy seeing your parents, though. I didn't get to see them, and I didn't go to Pomona this year due to the catastrophe that happened there. But right. What was that like, man? I would think you wouldn't mind going right into first round. I would think you got your stuff in order and you got the data and you're a good driver. Were you surprised when you blew the tires off there in that stocker though? What was that?
So from that, I wasn't going. Like I looked at the forecast and like, this is stupid. I'm not sitting in the rain for a week. I'm gonna stay home and work, like, and then when I got a text to the division director, was like, hey, we're going right in the first round, blah, blah, blah. And I hadn't backed out yet, but I literally was like the night before, I put my motorhome in the shop, trailer in the shop. Like I wasn't going. I text my wife. I said, can you load me like a day worth of clothes and a day worth of food? I'll be back in 24 hours. She's like, you serious? I said, absolutely. And I literally left my office, came straight home, hooked the motorhome up, and I was gone for like 24 hours. But in my mind, I was like, this is the best thing ever. Like no time runs, like I feel like I have my shit together for the most part.
You're coming off a heater. You were coming off a heater.
I should have a pretty good chance. And I mean, how wrong was I, right? I think I just had too many runs in my stalker, to be honest with you, on the tires. But I don't know. I haven't even evaluated it. I was just like, whatever. I loaded the car. I'll deal with it over the winter. But yeah, so then I go up there, my stalker I didn't move an inch, man. It just instantly blew the tire off. Like I'm like 190, 60 foot or something. And that car doesn't spin. So I don't know. I do have too many runs on the tires, and I knew that. But with no time runs, I didn't want to put new tires on.
Right.
So that was kind of, probably bad on my part. I probably should have just put new tires on. And then in super stock, to be honest, I left it very aggressive. I had Ryan McClanahan. You guys spoke about him earlier. He's a great driver, good friend of mine. And I just was too aggressive. I turned a couple thou red, went dead on. He was, I think, 8 or 9 green. It would have been a great race had we both been green. But so anyways, I left there with a first and second round loss. But I still liked my chances, and I think it was a good decision to go. And ultimately, it's gone 24 hours. I came home and whatever. It wasn't too bad. It's only Pomona's like 3.5, 4 hours from me, so it's not like a huge drive. Just zip down there and come back.
And that's what it's about. It's not really all about the results all the time. It's making the right decision. If you would make the same decision, if they gave it to you again, you'd do it again because it was the right decision. So.
Yeah, I asked him this weekend. I said, "Can we start the Winter Nationals like that? No time runs right in the first round, but
just roll into it.
Just let's go." Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Well, we don't have you for much longer. What do you think about your man Chris with his driving debut?
Oh, my father?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a mess. So to be honest with you guys, my dad's never raced anything in his life, like at all. We got into racing like. He had some drag boats that him and a partner had, like they were in like drag boat racing actually. Mm-hmm. And anyways, they decided to get out of that. They had like crashed one, and it was just pretty dangerous sport. I don't know if you know anything about it, but it's pretty dangerous. And so anyways, he was at like a car show and saw a junior dragster and bought me one. That's how we got into this. Like my dad never raced like at all.
I figured you had buddies or whatever, and they were doing juniors or something, and he threw you in it, but that was it. He just saw a junior and bought it.
Yeah, it was like literally at a car show in our hometown here. There was like juniors were just kind of getting going out here, and he got me one. And so I started when I was 8, and it just kind of went from there. But so anyways, he's never raced anything. And then it was like must have been last year, I think. But my wife has always let me like, yeah, I kind of want to try it. I kind of want to try it. And so finally, my son, who I said doesn't really care for racing much, like does not care, well, made some kind of bet with like, I said, I think my dad said like, hey, if you win today, your mom will make a run this afternoon or whatever. Well, then he got motivated and he, listen, I would have given like a 2% chance of winning. Like he puts in zero effort. Like he's like nothing. Well, all of a sudden he wins the freaking race. So then Janine is going to drive. So we talk her into it. But the only thing I had for her to drive was my Cobalt. Like that's like the slowest thing I got. It was like, so I chipped it way down, took timing out of it. But like I didn't adjust the seat. I just stuck a bunch of pillows behind her. So she'd go up there and like let the button out and then it'd like push all the pillows back. She let off it was kind of a mess. But to be honest with you, she's never raced anything either. But she did a couple great burnouts, like, which is not easy for someone that's never done it. And she went down the track and she did okay and whatever. Well, I was like, listen, if you're really going to try this, like, we need to get a car that is not my Cobalt. Like, it's not my prized possession here, right? We need something a little more basic. And anyway, so then I found this Firebird from a guy in Canada. But then my wife, she's like, listen, like, when do I have time for this with all the kids' activities and you're always freaking busy and like, don't waste your money. I'm whatever. And so, but my dad kept calling me like, hey, did you buy that car yet? Did you buy that car? I'm like, no, Dad, I don't know. Janine's not that into it. Well, I wouldn't mind trying. And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me? Like, I'll just, so I literally hung up with him. I called the guy, said, hey, I'll take it. I'll send you the money, whatever. So we bought this car and I never even knew he was interested in it, but he retired last year from the tool business. And I think he's just probably a little bit bored. And yeah, so to be honest with you, I think it's awesome, man. He needs a hobby, needs something to do. And he loves racing, like honestly, more than I do. And he's not good and that's fine. Like who's good? Like starting
right.
And like it's a true foot brake car. There's not even a two-step in it. Like I'm gonna rewire it over the winter, put a two-step in it, kind of, make it a little bit easier for him to drive. But he just needs, I mean, he's made like 15 runs at this point, and so you look at the results and he was like 300 on the tree first round in stock, but like honestly, he's having fun, and I think that's all that matters. Like
yeah, that really is. Get him out there and he'll have some fun and he'll beat some people and that'll even be more fun and it'll be cool. Just y'all racing together.
Yeah, well, I'd love to see it. Like, I don't know if he'll ever get to that point, but I just think I hope I can. I mean, I hope that I can do it when I'm his age or something. But like, I look at like Scott and Diane Burton. Like, I don't know if you guys know them. They're kind of from like Colorado area. But like, I just see like Scott's retired now, and they travel around. They'll go all over the country, and it seems like Mike and Paula Cotton. Like they just look like they're having the time of their lives. They're all like hanging out in between and with friends they've met over the years in different parts of the country. I don't know, maybe my dad will do that one day. Like, I mean, and you don't have to be any good to go enjoy it, just go and hang out with friends. It's like my mom and dad have a nice RV and they could just tow a little trailer behind them and I don't know, maybe be something to do.
Yeah, just point it in the direction and go.
Yeah. Right.
And have a good time. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So whatever. And hopefully he'll get better. Like he hasn't made enough runs, right? But
yeah.
It was pretty funny. We were giving him a little hard time in Vegas because like it was pretty bad. I joked, but like
he was like
360 or 370 on the tree, but his opponent was 3 something.
Right. It was like, a good race.
Yeah, they're like, "How was your dad's race?" I said, "Dude, it was a nail biter, man.
Yeah.
It was close."
Yeah, it was a really good race, but it wasn't like in Vegas or something wasn't he like 000 off the trailer or something?
Yeah, but he didn't even know it. Like, I mean, it was like purely, he thought he like screwed up and didn't get a reaction time. He's like, what? He's like, why didn't you give me a reaction time? I said, Dad, you had a perfect light. He's like, no way. Like, he didn't even listen. He's just,
that's cool. That's awesome. Does
he help you work on all the cars? I mean, do you have a shop at your house or does he live near you where you guys can work on everything?
You guys will laugh. We live 1 block apart and I've lived within like this 3-block radius, all but like when Janine and I first got together, we bought a house that was like a couple miles away. We only lived there for like 3 or 4 years. But other than that, I've lived within 3 blocks my whole entire life. Like we had the house we grew up in. Then my dad bought a lot like three streets over that, and he built a house when I was in college. Then I lived there. And then I lived 1 street up from him. Like we live in this small area. But yeah, we have a shop at his house that we worked out of for years. And then last year I built a shop at my house. And so his ends up being storage mostly now. Like he puts his motorhome in there. Like his and my motorhome are in there right now, and so it works good for storage. And then my shop is where we work on everything. And yeah, but yeah, he helps me when he's here. We've always done this together, and yeah, we work on cars together. We do a lot of customers' cars. Like you guys would laugh. I took a picture the other day. Hold on, I'll look right now so I don't speak wrong. But I have like, I think there's like, I can text you guys this picture or something. But there's like 1, 2, 3. There's like 8 cars in my shop right now, and like only 2 of them or 3 of them are ours. 3 of them are ours, and the rest are customers. So I got a good friend of mine, Andrew DiPiazza's cars, or 2 of his cars are at my place. Some of the Howd cars, and anyways,
what do they hire you to do the most on the cars? I mean, are you doing suspension? Are you wiring them? Are you
anything? Yeah, a little bit of everything. Like we're putting a new dragster together for Howd right now, and so it's like, I'll just do the whole thing from start to. I order the dragster. The dragsters I always get from. I've dealt with this gentleman, Russ Farmer, owns Race Tech Race Cars in North Carolina. He's built my dragsters for like 15 years now. But yeah, I order the dragster. I help him organize the paint. Friday, I'll buy you. Ryan Cork normally paints most of them for my customers anyway. He does a great job. And so I get them painted for them. They pick the paint job or whatever, and then I get it here and I finish wiring and plumbing and motor trans, put it all together, scale it, and then I'll typically take it to the track and kind of test it and get it lined out, and then they take it from there. And so I do a little bit of that. Like they kind of get like a turnkey car ready to roll, and then so some of that, and some of it's like my buddy Andrew. He has a Roadster that we built a few years ago, and he's just like, hey, I just want to send it back to you, and you just give it a once over and get it all freshened. So I'll rip the motor out, tranny out, send them back, have them freshened. I don't do any of that. Like, and then we'll take the shocks and struts off. I have my buddy Mike and Randy Mans. They rebuild that stuff for me, and so like I just kind of go through the whole car front to rear. Just make sure everything's good, replace Heim joints, just little stuff like that, and put it all back together and make a couple test runs, and he'll pick it up at the spring fling at the big bracket race in April and be ready to roll, right? And so it's just a little bit of everything, whatever someone needs. I don't know, it's just a little way that it's kind of helps us support our racing. And I feel like racing is getting more and more expensive, and my dad was self-employed, is now retired, and I'm a government employee, so like this is an awfully expensive sport for a government employee. So this is how I make it up. Like I try to do a little work in the shop to help out to cover the cost, I guess.
Good, man.
With the income. So a good deal. We last A-Dub fact, you got 4 Super Stock World Championships now. You need one more, and you can tie Peter, Jimmy D, and Greg Stanfield. That's the only people that have more Super Stock World Championships than you. So,
well,
more goals for you.
All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know when I'll have this opportunity again, but it would be really cool to, if I could win one again one day, that would be awesome. But it's nothing that I don't know. If it happens, it happens. I was very thankful for the opportunity this year. I didn't set out for it, and to be honest with you, Cooter is like, in my opinion, either the best or one of the best doing it right now. Like he has been for a few years now, right? I think there was a time when like I was pretty good at this 6 or 8 years ago, and like Cooter's way better than I am today. And I think I was just lucky enough to pass him here at the end. And, I feel very fortunate to have that opportunity. I put all the effort in that last race because I knew this was like an opportunity that doesn't come around often. And it happened to go my way, but man, to just even compete at his level at this point is I was kind of happy to do so, because he's freaking good, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I feel like I don't drive as good as I once did, and so many other guys are driving so good right now. I think I just kind of, I had a good year, but I got some luck along the way, and it just worked out. But I don't know like I'm going to go out next year and just do it again. It's just not that easy.
Yeah. But you have the ability, and we just play it out. Cooter's a bad dude. I have to see him on a weekly basis at our races. So
yeah, he's a great dude. He's a great driver, great guy. And there's just so many people, like Santangelo's another one. He was up there in points. Diagnolo. There's just so many guys. It's so good. And I guess I just was a little luckier than the rest of them this year, and it's that simple. But
well, I would say you put on a pretty nice clinic though in Vegas when you had to, under pressure. you were like teens pretty much every round, a couple low 20s in there. So, I mean,
I just feel like,
no.
To be honest, like full transparency, I just feel like so much has changed. Like there was a time in my life when the only thing that mattered was drag racing. Like it's all I cared about. Now, like, I mean, like Saturday, we ran first round of the divisional on Saturday. I literally came back to the pits. I think it was like roughly 11:30, and my son's soccer game started across town at 11:45. I came back, I parked the car, I left the time. I didn't even write down the weather or nothing. I got in my pickup and I drove to a soccer game. Like I just have other priorities, you know, and I just whatever. But I remember I told my wife like on Sunday, I said, listen, I'm going to be very selfish, but like the only thing, like I just have to try to win this race. Like I have to go all in, like old school, you know, like when I was 25 and I didn't give a shit about anything but drag racing, I got to do that for the next 10 hours. Like I'm just giving you a heads up, you know, but I feel like it's so selfish now because like there's so many other people that rely on me and you know, I don't know. It's just different now, I guess. But that being said, it makes it that much more special because like it never came easy, but I feel like there was a time when like things just went my way more often. And now like, I don't know, when I missed it, I was 20. Now I miss it and I'm 50. Like I just, you know, like it's like, it's harder for me now. Maybe I'm just not as good, but so it was very rewarding, I think. And to know that when like the chips are on the table, like I can still do it at that level. I was very proud of how I drove. But I just felt like I was very selfish I had to be selfish that day to make it happen and put forth all the effort. And I was just fortunate that it worked out. So, because there's still that like regard. I mean, I think I drove pretty good, but you know, you can still get the guy that's like, I mean, like the week before I lost round 1 in stock, the guy's 11 total. There's nothing I could do, you know, like I could still you run into that anytime, you know.
I mean, the guy you raced in Superstock was 1. You just happened to be 1 in first round. He was 1 and you happened to be 1 aside him, but that could have been detrimental to your deal.
And you just never know. So like there's a lot of luck involved in this, but I just try to make really good runs that day. And like I said, I was lucky it worked out, I guess.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Well,
we're watching the time here and
congratulations again.
You talked about being selfish, but I know there's a lot of people that help you. So I'll give you a minute to thank everybody who you want to thank and kudos to those who've helped you.
Yeah, no, I won't go through all of them, but obviously all my sponsors, I couldn't do without them. But also my parents, you know, my parents got me into this crazy sport and they still support me every step of the way to this day. And that's pretty important. And then Larry Stone, the Superstocker I drive, Larry Stone, he's a car dealer out of California, and his son used to race. I don't know if you guys remember Michael Stone used to run Compliminator. And so they've been racing. We actually grew up racing junior dragsters with him. And but Larry is who owns that car, and he's had a heck of a lot of patience because when I was looking like a retard running that freaking blower car, not knowing what I was doing, and then I mean this was like a work in progress. I mean this didn't just like I beat my head with that thing for years now, and he stuck with me and was always positive regardless how negative I was. He was just like, you'll figure it out, don't worry about it, just keep going, you know. And so I appreciate him sticking with me. And but yeah, my parents and Larry, and then obviously my wife and kids, and I just couldn't do it without them. So
good deal.
Good deal. Well, great advertisement for your elite drag racing school. He's a world champion yet again. So hopefully the signups keep coming in, and good luck with that, and good luck in 2026, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys. And when you get rid of that 3rd gen, Walt,
I'll let you know if it goes that way. I'll let you know.
I don't know why, man. I like them things. I've just always had I want one. I don't know why.
I do too. I mean, it's been good to me. I've only been racing it for a couple 3 years now, but it's been good to me so far.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Yeah, you won Tulsa in that thing, didn't you?
I won the Dallas one.
Or Dallas, yeah, heck yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I won the Dallas one, and you came down there. Next time you come to Dallas, you better say hi. I know you were focused. Be honest with
you. Let me tell you something.
I know you were focused.
I live where it's freaking hot, like really hot. Like it's 115, 118 here in the summer. It's never as hot as it was in Dallas. Like I hate that, man. The freaking humidity and I literally would just like make a run, and I was staying in my buddy Phil Andrews' motorhome, and I just go lay on the couch in the air conditioning until it's time to run again. Like, I hate humidity. Hate it.
That's what I passed by, I think Dodds, and I said, man, I think that's Justin. And then I saw you on the qualifying sheet, and I was like, okay, that is Justin. But of course, the one race that you stayed, I mean, I wound up winning. So I never, we were always in the lanes together, and I was just, behind you or in front of you or whatever in the lanes, and never got to talk to you. So
yeah, I'll make sure to catch up. Like I was just, to be honest with you, I was in and out. I'm trying to get home and get back to work, and I don't like humidity, so I was like kind of a hermit.
Yeah, no, good deal. Well, enjoy your night, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate having you on,
and I really appreciate you guys doing this podcast. I think it's cool for the sport, and I don't think stock and super stock is. I think it's like the coolest classes in all of racing, and I don't think it really gets the I don't know, with notoriety or the attention that it deserves, and you guys give it. So I think it's really cool you guys are doing this.
All right, man. Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night, bud.
There you have it, Justin Lamb.
Justin Lamb.
Yep.
This is bracketracing.com. Elite.
Yes, he's elite for sure.
I'll tell you what, though, he's kind of lucky that this yellow Camaro can't get out as much right now.
I think we all are.
I forgot. He officiated the wedding of that's his cousin, the yellow Camaro.
Yeah.
Pretty better. I forgot to ask him about that, but that was pretty cool. Well, the only thing left we got to do, Walt, is let's just go through the results of Pomona real quick. There was no qualifying, so I can't give you a number one qualifier unless we go off of what the fastest car winning round one. Is that how they did it? Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do that.
We had the stock eliminator final round was Joe Sorensen, 69 Camaro F stock automatic, going up against Leo Glassbrenner, who's had more than his fair share of wins here in Pomona, even though he lives in Tennessee now, I believe. He's got a factory stock C 2014 Camaro. And did you first round off the trailer, just, no time, no qualifying at all. Like, it really, I paid close attention to it because I wanted to see who was going to be gun shy, who was going to be 80, and who was going to be somewhat close to the dial, who was going to miss it like crazy, and who was going to be on. And the first pair down the track, the first pair of the weekend, I think, if not the second pair, was Parker Theobald and Cal Method.
They may have been the first pair. I think they were my first or second pair. Yeah, you're right.
And they were both 20 and dead on, something like that. Or Cal Method was dead on it and took out Parker Theobald, and it was like, wow, okay, here we go. Yeah. So it was interesting, and I got to say, Sorensen had D. Frank first round. That's not who you want to line up against when it's random pairing. I don't know about you, Walt, but if I see Walt Walker going up to the lanes, I'm gonna wait 5 minutes before I go. If I see
I thought you were gonna say you were gonna follow me up.
I'm gonna
wait in my pit and follow me to the staging lanes.
We used to, people did that to me when I first started bracket racing. Then I was doing it to people when they first started, and Jimmy D. Frank wouldn't be the one that I would want to, go right.
Yeah,
up
and
there.
Jimmy D had I think he had car trouble with the stocker. I don't know what was going on with it, but he had a little bit of issues with the stocker.
Well, I was impressed. Sorensen went right up there, 009 against D. Frank, 006 the next round, 009 again against Randy Lynn, and then 21 and then 15 against Cody Lane. So Sorensen was dialed in, man. He was ready to go. Glassbrenner had Chad Langdon first round. He got around. I think Langdon went red. Chris Hall. Then he was 018 against Chris Hall. He was 001 against Justin Graham. 21 against Brenda Grubbs, who made the trip out there, and she was killer right off the trailer also. Yep. And she's from Houston, right? Well,
just north of Houston. Yep.
So they've been doing a lot of traveling, her and Bill. And then we get to the final round here. So it was Leo versus Joe. Joe was dialed 1099. Leo was dialed 943. Sorensen's off first with an 038 light, and Leo's off second with a 52 light. So you'd think Sorensen was in control of this one, but I don't know if he got down there and gave this one back. He went 11:02 6 on the 1099 at 119 miles an hour, while Glassbrenner went 944.7 on the 943 at 136 miles an hour. So by a couple thou there, Glassbrenner got around Sorensen and got the win, got his 13th national event win. So
yeah, I think that final they had some downtime and some rain in between and everything, and I'm just spitballing here, but Sorensen might have thought it was a little, getting better, or the air was getting, just while they were sitting there, the sun was down, and he might have just been thinking that he needed to kill a little bit and killed a little bit too much, maybe.
it's a frustrating sport we take part in, isn't it, Walt? Let
Yeah.
me tell you. And then we move it into super stock, where you had John Calvert, 2 fast cars here, by the way. John Calvert in the supercharged, I think it's a 2016 Cobra Jet, and factory super stock B. It's the orange car against Ryan McClanahan, who, I mean, Ryan McClanahan, the last couple of years, especially in this super stock A modified Cobalt, is just so deadly on the starting line, and the car is just so deadly at,
Oh yeah.
printing tickets. It is quite a combination you got there between driver and car. But I got to say, McClanahan had his probably the worst light I've seen him have in the last couple of years in this car, and by a lot. He was 064. He was dialed 821. He was leaving second. Calvert was dialed 848, and Calvert was 54 on the tree. So 54 on the tree versus Ryan McClanahan doesn't usually get the job done, but McClanahan was 64. So Calvert had a 100th of a second in his pocket. He gets down there, runs dead on with the 848.9 on an 848. McClanahan gets down there, runs 821.0 on an 821, dead on with a 0. So by 1,000th of a second, Calvert got the win there, his 5th national event win. So I'm thinking McClanahan was probably kicking himself because he was 64 on the tree and he just needed to be 62, and he would have won that one.
Yeah, I'm sure he felt that one a little bit. I tell you, the most impressive thing about that particular day to me was Calvert's car. It's still on a 9-inch tire. I mean, that was a Caltrex commercial if I ever seen any, because you had other cars spinning and some of the big tire cars spun, and just about all the high horsepower cars, especially the small tire ones, spun or had, minimal issues, but they still had some issues with traction there at that track. And Calvert left with the wheels hanging just about every time. The car left perfect.
It does one of that nice, like, gliding wheelie.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So I was like, this is a Caltrek commercial.
Right? He's always, I mean, he used to run a super stock G Cobra Jet on a 9-inch tire and would put that thing on the bumper. So yeah, you got that right. And that's it for the racing this weekend. Walt's race is canceled. That was supposed to happen this upcoming weekend. So we've got nothing. We can just run through the final points real quick. Top 5 in stock eliminator nationally was Bubba Linke, Jeff Strickland, John Gray, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr., and Steve Foley. Super stock top 5 nationally was Justin Lamb, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr., Kevin Helms, Todd France, and Brad Burton. And then number 1 spot in each division. Stock eliminator Division 1 was Bubba Linke. Super stock was Pete Diagnola. Division 2 was Jeff Strickland in stock, Kevin Helms in super stock. Division 3, Houston Rakes in stock, Tyler Kahili in super stock. Division 4, Jerry Emmons in stock. Gary Emmons was second. Will Emmons was in third. Landon Emmons was in 7th. So good job there, Emmons family in stock eliminator. Super stock Division 4 champ was Jimmy Hidalgo. Our buddy Walt Walker finished 5th for the season. Congrats, Walt.
Thank you.
And you ran the least amount of races, it looks like, in that. You were the only one that ran 5 races in the top 8 right there. Everybody else ran 6, 7, or 8. So you were a little bit behind there. Who knows what could have happened? Stock eliminator Division 5 was Logan Burnett. Super stock Tyler Wodarczyk. Division 6 Jody Lang. Super stock Jody Lang in stock. Super stock was Brad Burton. Division 7, Kyle Rizzoli in stock, and super stock was Justin Lamb, as you just heard. So there you have it, Walt. Super stock national champion gets $15,000. Second place gets $5,000. Third place gets nothing. Stock eliminator national champion gets $10,000, and second place gets 5,000. So that's something that I would like them to fix. Superstock gets 5,000 more dollars than stock does. And division champs, I think Superstock division champ gets $3,000. Second place gets 1,000. Third place gets 500. Stock eliminator, the champ gets 2,000. Again, getting a little slighted there. Second place gets 1,000, and third place gets 500. So there you go. What the heck am I doing racing stock eliminator?
Well, you have multiple super stockers. You got a lot of cars, Bobby.
Coming out next year. Believe me, getting ready to fire that thing up. And I did just see a post here from, where did it go? Daytona 1340. Hey, Bobby ordered a Youngblood billet unit yesterday. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. I can't say that I've raced with mine yet, but I'll tell you what, the thing is prettier than like any kind of jewelry I've ever had. That's for sure. So we'll see how it performs pretty soon. Just real quick, thank you to the sponsors that make this possible. Draginsights.com. Research yourself and your opponents. Guys, be sure to log on there. Check out the year-end analytics. Check out your stats for the year and see how you compare to everybody else. Rob Youngblood, advancedclutches.com. Thank you, Rob Youngblood, for your support and that beautiful clutch. VP Racing Fuels. Fuel and oil contingency now, so you can buy fuel, get paid for that. You can buy oil, get paid for that, and we appreciate them. They are the sponsor, the official fuel of the NHRA now. Bruce Fulper, PontiacEngines.com, Mr. 428 there. Ray Minnick, the accountant, RPM at rpminnick.com, and RocketManCoatings.com, engine and drivetrain coatings. All right, we want to thank Walt Walker for joining us, co-hosting, getting us great guests, and it's going to be more of a regular thing, right, Walt?
Yep. I guess we got some announcements and stuff coming soon. Y'all just stay tuned. We'll get it all out there, and we'll make 2026 pretty special.
Sounds good. Pretty special indeed. All right, driverinterviews.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you could. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, Walt. That's it for me. I'm going to go to bed. Ray Thurston's probably already sleeping, and you know, I'm a little jealous.
You're getting out early today. Early start, early out.
Early dismissal. All right.
Yep.
All right, Walt. Thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you to all the listeners out there. Everybody have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
See y'all.